rock and roll. The Texans win it.
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Oh, welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thank you for joining me, however you may be joining, whether that's on 94.1 on your FM dial. If you happen to be locked in at sasportstar.com via the AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching live on YouTube, that's right, we stream all of our shows live via the YouTube. Just go there. Search SA Sports Star. Go ahead, like, subscribe. You can comment along with the show as it goes on. Appreciate everybody for rolling along with me tonight as we take you up till 7 o'clock. This will be my only show of the week, actually, as this time, got a couple of NBA games on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Sweet 16 action on Thursday and Friday. So this will be the lone extra innings for the week, but a lot happened over the weekend, tournament brackets, the whole nine. Plus, Rodney Terry got booted, finally, officially, from the University of Texas. And they went with who they were going to go with before they hired Rodney Terry, before he beat them to get to the Sweet 16 in the first place, in Sean Miller. And it's funny how things work out in life sometimes, but it looks like Sean Miller will be announced as the University of Texas's next head basketball coach. And earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, both Rob and AJ were talking about it.
We talked last week about Rodney Terry probably being done for. Rodney Terry is now done for. It appears that the Texas Longhorns are going to hire Sean Miller from Xavier, the team that knocked them out.
Texas never had a coach like this. Never.
This was, from what I understand, this was Chris Del Conte's original choice after they moved on from Chris Beard.
When he got kind of out positioned for Terry.
Yeah, and then Rodney Terry took that team to the Elite Eight, and people were like, what are you going to do, fire?
Yeah.
What are you going to do, fire the black man after he gets you to the Elite Eight?
Nothing to do with it. Don't go there. That he earned it, and most people agreed.
But if they had fired him, what would people have said?
It would have been Sean Miller's job.
And they would have said, you fired the black man that got you to the Elite Eight? That's what they would have. Oh, come on, Rob. You know they would have said that.
And maybe a few in Austin, but basketball guys wouldn't have thought that.
But so Sean Miller would have been the choice then. He's the choice now.
He's a dominant coach, AJ. This is it's a different kind of coach. We can go all the way back to Abe Lemons. Abe, way back when, moderately successful, knew he had a basketball court on the 40 acres. Tommy Pender shows up and tried to change things, brought an attitude. He got beaten down. Didn't last.
No.
Sean Miller when he coached at Arizona, he coached the biggest thing on campus. When he went to Xavier, that's the biggest thing on campus. Both times. He's used to being the alpha dog. That's a good hire. Del Conte knows what he's doing. I'm not saying it's a bad hire. I'm just saying that Texas has never had a basketball coach that's going to demand the spotlight. That might not be a bad thing, but he's walking into something he might not be ready for.
Yeah, this is it's a big play.
He's a hell of a coach.
He is a very good coach. The question is, though, like, can he?
Well, he can coach 5 stars.
But can he get to the next level? Because as long as he's been around and he's had some tournament success, but I want to say he's never made it past an Elite Eight. And
that's about as far as he went with Arizona.
And that's what people are going to start saying is, when are we going to get past the Elite Eight? Yeah, he had 1, 2, 3. Now that's an impressive number. He had 3 Elite Eights finishes in 5 years at Arizona.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people were like, well, what the hell? When are you going to do the next thing? He had an Elite Eight
he'd still
at Xavier.
He'd still be at Arizona right
if
now.
It weren't for the
NIL issues.
Yeah.
The money that he had to get for Big Center now at Portland. That's really what brought him down. he would be there and be successful. Just like Will Wade, times have changed.
Yeah.
And things that you got in trouble for are now perfectly legal, and you were good at it back then. So why shouldn't you be now? With the kind of the available funds and the atmosphere in Austin, it was a phenomenal hire. And I think the best thing that could happen for the athletic department as a whole at Texas is to have a coach that demands a little bit of spotlight. I mean, that Moody Center is beautiful. Y'all invested in all this. You should allow me the wherewithal to kind of share more spotlight with the Texas football team in the off seasons.
Now, this is a hire that Texas wouldn't have made 10, 12 years ago.
No.
A guy who had been had a federal investigation happen. But again, like you said, times have changed now where what he was doing at Arizona with DeAndre Ayton would now be looked at as, that's just business.
Not perfectly.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's expected, not just legal. You better be doing this.
Yeah, this is how you do business now in college athletics. So
he makes pros, he coaches hard, and he coaches stars. He puts guys in the NBA who got to Arizona to go pro. Now, Xavier's a little bit different thing. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of pros. You can turn guys into pros, but you're not going to get guys that are destined for the league like you will at Texas. But he's proven that he can coach those guys.
Yeah. And like the guys at Xavier are one step away from it. Like, it's like the next step down of guys, but he's coached well enough to get them to compete and knock off teams full of 5 stars. He just did it against Texas.
Yeah, he can do it. It's just he's coming into an environment where he's not going to be the alpha. And it's going to be new for both Del Conte, and it's going to be new for Sark. It's going to be, I don't remember baseball coach's name. It's going to be new for him too, because they're all going to, there's only one pie, and there's slices that go around, and there's going to be some demands that the basketball program that, mightn't have been given before to Shaka because he was here, that might have kind of dried up with Coach Terry, that there's going to be more money required.
Yeah. And I listen, I mean, Texas, it's not like they're running out of money.
No, this is a good thing. This is just it just shows the kind of thing that the idea that Del Conte has. It's not about football first, where if Mac Brown was here, I guarantee you there would not have been a Sean Miller hire.
No,
Mac Brown wouldn't let that guy on campus. No, Rick Barnes? Yeah, he's a nice guy. He understands his place in the world. We'll make some Sweet 16s. We'll have some good time. I'll put pros in the league. I'll recruit those guys.
Did Rick and Mac show up the same year?
Yeah, they were
right around the same time.
They coexisted perfectly well because Rick Barnes knew exactly his place in the world. And Sean Miller is going to get here going, when I was at Arizona, I was the alpha dog. I was the show pony. You put me out in front, not football. I know what it's like and what is required to do that, and that's what I expect here. That's not the case at Texas.
Well, I think Sean Miller probably understands that.
Oh, I understand. No, but Del Conte wants him to do that.
Yeah.
Go push the envelope, man. Don't just take what's left.
But Sean Miller also understood that the football team at Arizona was a laughing stock, and that's not going to be the case. Well, Texas hopes it's not the case. But yeah, I think that Texas was in a position. Congratulations to Texas Tech. Red Raider fan.
The best thing that could have happened to Tech might be the fact that they just kept playing.
Yes.
And Del Conte had to get a coach.
Yeah, if Texas Tech had gotten knocked out early, you might have been in trouble.
Be on a bus right now.
Might have been in trouble. But it worked out perfectly. Xavier got knocked out right after they beat Texas, and Texas Tech still playing.
I think McCaslin's played himself into a nice bonus.
I think so too. I think so too. Whoever that oil guy is up in on the Llano Estacado is going to write him a sweet little check at the end of this run.
Deservedly so too.
But yeah, I think this is great for Texas. This was, and again, Rodney Terry, like you've been around him more than I have.
I don't claim to know him, but I've been in his circles. And I think I saw somebody post, man, it'd be great if we could keep him around to recruit. It would be great if you could keep Coach Terry around, but it's time for him to move on.
Yeah. If he wants to be a head coach.
Yeah. And
he should want to be a head coach, and he's good enough to be a head coach at some place that's not Texas.
Absolutely. Go
come coach UTSA.
Dude,
come coach Texas State. You want to be? I mean, awesome.
There's places in the state that he could. UTEP might be a bridge that's burnt, but this won't be the last time you see Coach.
I agree, but it's just like you say. The Peter principle, you call it. You at some point you find out, this job's too big for me, and that job's too big for him. There's no knock on that. That's just.
And I'm starting, as we say goodbye to him, we can look 100 miles to the east and wonder about College Station if the job might be. I'm not mad at Coach. I'm not mad at Williams, but we're reaching a point where we're going to have to do something a little bit further.
I mean,
I know your place, and there is that. I mean, don't expect greatness, but this is another team, and we know what buzz is.
yeah.
And we've had 4 years of it, and the teams don't vary much.
No.
And sometimes
the
formula might it might be the chef. It's just you cook different than what is required, not mad at you.
I think the biggest problem with if you have Buzz Williams as your coach, and I personally think Buzz Williams is a great, great coach. The problem is if you're not reaching top level success with Buzz, it's easy to get frustrated because the product itself is not fun to watch.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. I'm not mad at you.
Either be great or be entertaining.
And you're not entertaining.
He is not entertaining. Right. The style of basketball A&M plays makes you want to like gouge your eyeballs out.
And that's the kind of basketball that, Buzz is, he's an iceberg. Only thing that we see about Buzz Williams is the coaching on Tuesdays and Saturdays. But what he is to this program and the development of men and what he has meant to the university far outweighs, in the grand scheme of things, his record in the tournament, because he's been successful. We've been a good basketball team since he's been here. But what I'm getting at is we're coming to a point in the SEC where you're either running with the big dogs or you're eating scraps. And right now we've been just good enough to be in the conversation. Now it's time to keep some talent and get some talent on the floor. I'm not saying win things, but win a game or two in the conference, in the tournament. Just get a little bit closer and don't play ugly basketball.
I mean, it is tough to watch sometimes when you watch a Buzz Williams led team, but A&M is in a good spot. They are consistently in the mix. They are competing. They are in the tournament. But if you're going to go big, you better go big. Buzz Williams was the guy that stabilizes the program, and you get an elite team together maybe once or twice, and you can make a really deep run, same as he did at Virginia Tech. As for Sean Miller, I love the hire at Texas. I can't wait for him to make it officially official, but all the reports are, including that of ESPN, Sean Miller will be the next head coach at the University of Texas. And that's the kind of coach you need if you want to be at the level of the Dukes, Alabama with Nate Oates and what they've done over the last 4 years with him there. They've consistently been in the mix and making tournament runs. You talk about Gonzaga, you talk about Houston with Kelvin Sampson and what he's turned that program into. Look at what Sean Miller did at the University of Arizona. Look at what he's done at Xavier, especially with a winning percentage of over 70%. And it's not like he's been playing in conferences against a bunch of cupcakes, especially when he was part of the Pac-12. Arizona, a great program, and he managed to carry it through to that next level. And the reason he's not at Arizona is not a reason anymore, because guess what? NIL has changed the game on what you can do and what you're allowed to be able to use to recruit players. We'll take this call before we go to break real quick. Martin's been waiting patiently on the line. I know that he wants to call in and talk about his Houston Cougars. Speaking of Kelvin Sampson, Martin, what's going on, my man?
Man, the Cougs are the team of the future. You think they're good now? They're better next year.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what they have done? They have come from the ACC to Big 12 and dominated. People are dying to play for them, but Sampson said, no, if you don't play defense, you can't come here. UT, it don't matter who they hire. They could hire whoever, Dean Rush or whatever. They will never Texas is not a basketball team. They're a football team. Like Houston isn't a football team, but they are a basketball team. This team is here for a few years now, and they will win a championship. You know.
I mean, look, you can build a basketball program at a football school. It is possible, and the fact that you have finally invested in a coach to do so, and B, I mean, look at the players that have walked through the doors at the University of Texas, whether it's Kevin Durant or TJ Ford or LaMarcus Aldridge or Trey Johnson this year or Mo Bamba or whoever it may be. The Longhorns have gotten top-tier recruits to come to the University of Texas. You need results along with those kind of players. And those results haven't been there because they haven't invested in the coaching in the same way.
They pledge, but they don't have Akeem, Elvin Hayes. Come on.
Dude, Akeem was 80s, man. Akeem and Drexler were part of the 80s Phi Slamma Jamma. Now, Jabal Shed, I will give you recently. They recruited some players. There was a long gap before Kelvin Sampson took over this program, man. I understand homerism, but you have to at least live in the world of reality.
Yeah, but who puts more players in the pros now? It ain't Texas.
Actually, yes, it is Texas. Texas has had more first-round picks over the last 20 years than the University of Houston.
Okay, and who's there? Who is there? Do you have a Sasser? Emmanuel Sharp, is he going to be a good player?
Is
Pryor's going to be a good player?
Gonna be, possibly, yeah. Trey Johnson is too.
Come on.
Trey Johnson's gonna be a top 10 lottery pick this year.
And do what?
I don't know what he's gonna do in the pros.
Come on, guys. It's San Antonio. Y'all have a low expectation because it's San Antonio.
I don't. Martin, you're not making sense. I'm sorry. You can call back another time. We'll talk more about the Houston Cougars, but you got to make sense. Yeah, this is San Antonio. We're talking about the University of Texas and Houston. Like, I don't know where you're going with anything that you're talking about. So on that note, we will take a break, come back. More from the reaction to the Horns firing of Rodney Terry and hiring of Sean Miller. The Blitz was talking about it a little bit earlier today, and this hire feels like a home run for the University of Texas. We'll discuss if they want to get into the levels of the Houston Cougars with being a perennial 1 seed, or the Gonzagas, or Nate Oates and what Alabama has become, Kentucky and what they've always been, Duke. Sean hire is the type of hire you have to make those kind of moves. We'll discuss more next, right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Imagine waking up in the morning to ocean views on Matagorda Bay. I know that you can. Minutes from world-class fishing. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. Don't miss this one-day event this Saturday, March 29th, where you can get 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access for just $49.9. That is correct, just $49.9. John Lopez here, and I host the Texas Saltwater Fishing Podcast, Bite Me. If you love the Texas coast like I do, you're going to love this gated community. With a resort-style pool and cabana, boat slips and launch, boat and RV storage, paved roads, on and on it goes, underground utilities, and so much more. It all happens this Saturday, March 29th. So call for your private tour, 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Ask about the grand opening day specials and the helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Get your piece of coastal paradise.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Nigel, what are you doing with all this stuff in the break room? It looks like a farmer's market in here.
I'm changing my eating habits, embracing good quality nutrition with fresh produce.
Call Quarter Moon for your $58.99 AC inspection. For a limited time, just $58.99.
Nigel, that's a pretty impressive healthy salad you've assembled.
Thanks, Joel. Now step back. The grease is hot.
Grease?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Sly Stone became an icon.
A Hulu original from Questlove.
Sly and the Family Stone. It can't be overstated how popular they were.
Variety called Sly Lives, the definitive funk pop documentary.
He opened the portal, like, come this way.
Generations have been influenced by Sly.
RogerEbert.com raves. It's a sonic kick to the soul.
If you've been on this height in life and you stop, where's that energy go?
Sly Lives, a.k.a. The Burden of Black Genius. Now streaming on Hulu.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. That's exactly what I did. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home evaluation. That's orchard.com.
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. At Barton & Associates, we're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Contact Barton & Associates today at texasarrest.com. That's texasarrest.com.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And in the last 10 minutes, it has now become officially official. Texas men's basketball's Twitter, at TexasMBB. Welcome to the 40 Acres, Coach Sean Miller. Hook 'em. And with that, come lofty expectations. And it's going to be very interesting to kind of see him photoshopped in this nice little half zip. But apparently, according to reports today, he was out looking for gear to wear.
Talking to Aggies. What's the matter with you? That's like talking to a Longhorn fan, like talking to you after the Horns get beat by somebody. Same thing.
No.
Oh, it was a horrible game.
After that,
that was awful.
Fire that Rodney Terry.
Awful.
And Chris Del Conte did. Now, while they haven't officially announced Sean Miller as the new head basketball coach, Xavier has announced that they are searching for a new coach because Sean Miller has left. And there are reports that Sean Miller, in one of the more bizarre tweets that I've seen when it comes to a coaching situation, Kirk Bohls tweeted out a couple hours ago, "I'm told new Texas basketball coach Sean Miller and his wife are in town looking for UT swag and anything in burnt orange before a press conference tomorrow or Wednesday." Kirk also tweeted out, Xavier Sean Miller has signed a contract with Texas to replace Rodney Terry for an estimated $5 million a year. Rodney Terry was making $3 million a year. But I do find it odd that, all right, you guys are in town. You got to go shopping before a press conference. We would like you to wear a burnt. Is that not all just handed to the coach?
It should be. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be. You got to have it all right there. As soon as he walks in the building the first time, here you go, coach. Here's an orange tie. Here's a couple of golf shirts. Here's this. Here's that. He's all set.
What does your wife want?
Yeah.
And, here is a duffel bag full of gear. What are they, shopping? Are they at the bookstore? The university co-op? They go to Academy because it might be cheaper? Or Walmart? I mean,
guy's making $5 million a year. I don't think it matters where he's shopping.
I mean, rich guys can be frugal,
I suppose.
It's just of all the things they're out shopping for gear before the press. Can't have a press conference until they get a new tie.
Yeah,
they don't just have those.
Got to have an orange tie. Yeah, you would think Del Conte's got, because he wears a bunch of orange ties.
They've got them. I mean, I think about like when Jeff Traylor was talking about interviewing for the job, and he tells the story. He was going to interview at Lamar, so he had bought a red tie for that interview. And then when his agent called and said, "Hey, we're changing things up. You're going to go interview at UTSA," he went and bought an orange tie. Okay, that makes sense when you're out interviewing. But if you've got the job, don't they just hand you one?
They should be. Yeah, they should. I don't get it. So I think they misreported there a little bit.
Dude, I mean, I don't doubt Kirk Bohls, man. If he would have said they're in town and looking at houses, okay.
He said they're out shopping for gear.
The tweet is, "I'm told new Texas basketball coach Sean Miller and his wife are in town looking for UT swag and anything in burnt orange before a press conference tomorrow or Wednesday."
Dude, that would be my first question at that press conference. Did you find what you were looking for, and why the hell didn't you provide it, Chris Del Conte?
Well, it depends. See, if he's up there in a burnt orange tie, clearly he has found it.
Well, he found it, but he had to buy it himself. He shouldn't have to do that.
We need to get Bob Ballou on and give him all the questions that we have for that press conference.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find that odd.
I do too.
He's out shopping.
I mean, he didn't know where to go in Austin. That traffic, he's going to go. I go back to Xavier.
Dude, I just keep him off I-35 today. They had another multiple vehicle wreck up near Round Rock today.
Xavier, it's in Ohio, right?
I'm
pretty sure that's correct. I just don't know what city that is.
I mean, and he used to live in Tucson when he was at the University of Arizona.
And now, good old Austin.
Yeah.
Where the breakfast tacos suck, Coach.
Where he's coming from, he's going to love them.
Yeah, I guess.
For $5 million a year, he can have a helicopter deliver tacos from San Antonio every day.
We could, but
I mean, he could. Why wouldn't he? Were you looking at where Xavier is?
Yeah, I am. Cincinnati.
That's in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Isn't that where you said?
I said Ohio, but I wasn't sure where.
Oh, okay.
So you're going from Cincinnati, which we've already heard from Jamar Chase, sucks. Nothing to do there. So to Austin, where there's plenty to do.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
We'll see. You look at the two Texas teams left. And now the Longhorns going with Sean Miller. The expectation for Texas is that they're going to be playing this weekend sooner rather than later. Portal window opens today. It feels like half of Xavier's roster has hit the portal. You wonder how many of those guys will end up in Austin, but also how many guys are going to leave Austin. Sean Miller, by all reporting right now, although Texas has not officially announced it, although Xavier has announced that they are searching for their next head coach.
Pretty good indication, I would say.
There's lots of reports that Sean is already in Austin in a press conference Tuesday or Wednesday after he goes shopping for some swag. I don't know. The UT is giving him $5 million, but not a golf shirt. I don't get it. But at the same time, the expectation is there, and the fact that Texas is paying Sean Miller more than $2 million a year than they were paying Rodney Terry tells you where they expect Texas basketball to be on the priority level. They could have, and you look at Texas sports and try to figure out where is men's basketball when you're looking at football, baseball, women's basketball, and for them to pony up not only the money to buy out Rodney Terry, but then to bring in a guy like Sean Miller, who has had success and is known as a program builder, which is what they need. But up the salary from $3 million a year to $5 million a year tells you where CDC expects Texas basketball to be, and that is always in the hunt. I know the Longhorn arrogance. We always expect to be there. What have they been to, one Final Four? But the expectation is they should be there, and now you can see they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Well, and look, we'll see how Sean Miller handles the pressure, because I have a feeling it wasn't this way at Arizona. It certainly wasn't this way at Xavier. It's going to be at Texas, and there's going to come pressure, and every single loss is going to be – he's going to feel it. It's just the way that it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. You would expect that from the University of Texas. So we'll see how he does and how he handles things and what kind of players he brings in and what he does. Texas, there's no reason the University of Texas should not be a player every year. They just got too damn much money and too many ways to bring in quality talent.
Now, there's a lot of universities that feel the same. But you're right. And I look at Sean Miller and everything that he went through at Arizona, because that was a basketball school, right? I know they have a football program, but that was a basketball school. And following Lute Olson, the expectation there in Tucson. I mean, hell, that guy was part of an FBI sting. So I imagine he's dealt with some pressure before and some stuff that most college basketball coaches don't have to deal with. And, paying players, I mean, was it DeAndre Ayton that he was paying? That was what got him busted, right? Now he can do it with NIL money. But I mean,
a lot of it.
I don't know. I mean, you talk about pressure. You got the FBI listening in. He's been through it. He's been through it.
I don't think he's going to have any issue when it comes to money. And now it's all legal and he doesn't have to worry about it. So if he's not able to recruit big time talent to Texas, then there's an issue. There is. And to Rodney Terry's, defense, maybe he just wasn't ready. I fully expect Rodney Terry to get a job somewhere and get that experience he needs, and he'll be back at the big-time level, I would assume, sooner rather than later. Sean Miller, the expectation is day one, he's got to have a program there. I don't think there'd be much of a honeymoon period for Sean Miller.
There'll be none.
Yeah, so
none.
You got to get it done, and you got to get it done in a hurry, especially with the basketball conference that the SEC is turning into.
It's incredible.
And if you missed it, in the last 15 minutes, it's officially official. CDC, he got his man, Sean Miller, new head coach on the 40 acres. It has been made official by the University of Texas. We'll be looking forward towards a press conference in the coming days, I'm sure. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Man, NFL season, free agency's winding down. We're gearing up fully for pro days and the start of the NFL draft. And the post-free agency rankings are out. Where does Dallas sit? Where does Houston sit? We'll discuss coming up here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, we are the ones you can trust. With over 100 years of combined experience, we are committed to helping people in our local community. Get George Salinas Injury Lawyers and put our experience to work for you and your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no. So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sportsbook, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com. And join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
It's time for the herd you love. It's time for professional spring football. The San Antonio Brahmas are back, bringing you more of the action, the celebration, and the unforgettable moments you love. Join us for our home opener Sunday, April 27th at 2 when the Brahmas bring the Fiesta to the gridiron with our Viva Fiesta, Viva Brahmas themed game. Bring the energy to the Alamo Dome as your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Houston Roughnecks. Tickets on sale now at UFLBrahmas.com. That's UFLBrahmas.com. Our town. Our team, our herd.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I appreciate y'all riding along with me tonight as we take you up till 7 o'clock. And earlier today on the Morning Huddle, now that free agency is winding down and we are officially in pro day season with Cam Ward wowing scouts today, over 90-plus scouts, 32 teams represented, and Cam Ward put on a show, the former UIW Cardinal, down there at the Miami Pro Day. And it's time to find out where teams are now that we've gotten from transitioning from free agency into draft season.
All right, I want to talk some NFL for a minute. We haven't talked any in a few days, or I say, well, a few days. It's been the weekend, but we haven't talked any in the last few shows because there hasn't been a whole lot going on.
No, we're all waited with bated breath.
The New York Giants get Jameis Winston, 2 years, $8 million, which is backup quarterback money. But he's also
right now he's a starter.
Yeah, and if he's got to be the starter for a year, you ain't going to win a bunch of games, but you're going to at least. It's kind of like the opposite of A&M basketball. You might not win games, but it'll be fun to watch.
I guess. I mean, you got your choice. Isn't Cutlets on the roster too?
Yep.
So we got Cutlets or Jameis. I'm all for it as a Cowboy fan. I'm all about this. I can't imagine that this is the final straw in the quarterback drink there at the
there's a big QB battle brewing between Tommy Cutlets and Jameis Crab Legs.
Yes, that's perfect. Cutlets and crab legs. I can't believe that the NFL is in this position right now where we are waited with bated breath as to whether Aaron Rodgers will choose the Steelers or the Giants.
That's where we're at. And Aaron Rodgers over the weekend spent a lot of time with the Steelers. And I guess it was Friday. Spent 6 hours in Pittsburgh.
What are you doing? What on earth are they talking about for 6 hours?
I don't know. And I know the Minnesota Vikings said we're out. Apparently Rodgers has an offer on the table from the Giants, has an offer on the table from the Steelers, and they're working out where the best place for Aaron is. Like, I can't believe he's even.
It would have been. Here's it is. You're not. If you leave the building,
this is null and void.
It's null and void, man. Because just on general principle, I can't let you have me hanging around for a couple of days. It just on principle, Aaron Rodgers does not get to do this to my esteemed franchise, whether it's the Giants or the Steelers. I'll lose with Jameis Winston. Maybe I'll lose with Russell Wilson. I don't know what the worst opportunity is on this one, but I can't imagine that Aaron still holds this kind of sway.
And then like Cam Hayward, who's kind of the heart and soul of the Steelers, he was on his podcast talking about,
I'm with Cam.
Does he want Aaron Rodgers? And he said, listen, I ain't a darkness retreat guy. I don't need any of that crap. Either you want to be a Steeler or you don't. It's that simple. That's the pitch. You want me to recruit? Here's the recruiting pitch. Pittsburgh Steelers. You want to be a part of it? So be it. If you don't, no skin off my back. I just want to play football. I'm tired of talking about the quarterback situation. I'd rather have it done. I don't know what's going to end up happening. I'm ready to move on into free agency. There's too much going on.
Hire him. Let him be the general manager. Let him be the mayor of Pittsburgh. Yes, everything Cam said.
Pittsburgh's not the place for glitz and glamour. Now, this is what he said when he talked to Russell Wilson, apparently. He said, it's not L.A., it's not Atlanta. This is the place where gladiators come, and we're going to compete every day. And Russ was receptive to that. He wanted to compete. Maybe he's a Russ guy. I don't know.
Well, things must not be too shiny on the Russ thing if they're waiting on Aaron to decide.
But Cam was excited that they brought back Mason Rudolph. So
better the devil you know.
Yeah. He said when he stepped in for us, he was ready. If we don't sign a QB and we go in there with Mason, we feel good about it. Excited to have him back. He's a guy for the locker room. A lot of guys vibe with him. Yeah, but he ain't winning football games.
I mean, we are talking about a backup quarterback. And if you were just defining
Cam Hayward saying if we don't sign a quarterback and we go in there with him,
that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
In a vacuum, if you were just talking about your backup quarterback in those kind of light, absolutely. I love Mason Rudolph. But as a backup who could be your starter, that's a terrible way to go.
Where do you think Aaron Rodgers ends up?
I think he ends up in New York.
I think he ends up in Pittsburgh.
You think? I hope so. I hope so. After 6 hours. But, man, I just can't believe that Pittsburgh is to this. This is where you are now, Pittsburgh.
I think what ends up happening is they are this is the first year that Pittsburgh has a losing record under Tomlin. It's all, oh, God. I'd love it.
Fingers crossed. Can we do Hard Knocks AFC North one more time? Can we go back at the same thing we did last year? Because I want to see all of this.
You know what? I never watched that Hard Knocks AFC North.
Well, I watched enough of it to know,
You watched the first episode, and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch it, and then I never did.
That I wasn't. I guess it was because it wasn't as timely as I would have hoped. By the time we were watching the show, it was kind of old news, and we were on to the next thing. It wasn't as thrilling as I'd hoped, but if we get the Days of Our Lives with Aaron Rodgers coming and going, I'm in all the way.
So ESPN did a ranking, a power rankings list post free agency. Where are teams at right now? And it talks about their biggest moves and things like that they did. Number one, they've got the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 the Eagles, 3 the Lions, 4 the Bills, 5 the Ravens.
Is it the Chiefs because of alignment? Is that it?
I mean, this is just their overall perception of them going into the season. I think it's because of Patrick Mahomes. They still have Patrick Mahomes.
But obviously, the addition of alignment elevated them over the Super Bowl champs.
It actually says under the radar move, signing running back Elijah Mitchell.
So it was the running back.
I think what it is probably more than anything is Philadelphia lost a lot of guys in free agency. Yeah, they lost a lot of bodies.
Well, they did the year before, too. It just seems like they managed to overcome it. But it does make some sense. But I'm still not sure I would have elevated Kansas City now over Philly.
I don't think Kansas City going into the year is the best team.
Yeah.
But
where's Buffalo?
They're 4.
Okay.
Lions 3, Bills 4, Ravens 5. The top 5 is about what I would expect.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Washington 6. Boy, there's a lot of optimism on Washington. I think Washington's going to take a step back. I think they're going to look a lot like the Texans looked last year. I think they overachieved in year 1, and they'll still be good.
But they got to play the Super Bowl champs twice. They're going to have a better schedule because of their record last year. It's just going to get harder.
Bengals 7. Let's wait and see what happens with Trey Hendrickson. That's my opinion.
Yeah, let's see what the defense looks like.
Because if you take Trey Hendrickson off that defense, I mean, you know how I always say a great pass rusher will take you from being a good defense to a great defense. It will take a bad defense to being an okay defense.
Atrocious.
If you take Trey Hendrickson off the Bengals, oh my God, that might be the worst defense in history.
Might have to score 40 a day, but they can.
They might. Yeah, they might.
So
Rams 8, Packers 9, Vikings 10, Chargers 11, Broncos 12, Texans 13, Bucks 14, 49ers all the way down to 15. Seahawks 16, Steelers 17, Dolphins 18, Falcons 19, Cardinals 20, Cowboys 21.
They're being favorable. I think they're being kind, but at least I think you'd rate them that way because, well, it wasn't flashy. They
didn't do a lot.
The bare minimum is what it was.
What have they really done in free agency? They got Solomon Thomas, I guess.
Buy into us. The bare minimum.
Yeah. And they signed some of their guys, but still have not signed the guy. Teams behind them, Bears 22, Colts 23, Patriots 24.
I think they're 24 with a bullet, though. I think they're better than that.
I think so, too. Panthers 25. Wow.
Yeah, we'll see.
Raiders 26.
I think they're better than that, too.
Jets 27, Jags 28, Saints 29.
I think they're better than that.
That's a long drop for them. Browns 30. Drum roll, please. Who is it? Who's worse, Titans or Giants?
I would say I'd put the Giants. They don't even have a quarterback right now.
Titans 31, Giants
there we go.
32. Yep. Giants, what a disaster it is for the Giants right now.
Happy Jameis is your backup quarterback.
I mean, a lot can still change between now and the start of the season. Obviously, it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out in April once the draft comes, which we are now 1 month away from. We'll put a bow on the show, get you ready for little Amber and Ian coming up next here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The Easter Bunny? He's lost his dazzle. His tail? Flatter than a pancake. Yeah, no more poof, see? And those eggs? They're supposed to be spiffy, colorful, full of magic, but the trap, streaky, like they've been kissed by dust bunnies.
And when the cabbage was shelling out for eggs, they ought to be the cat's pajamas. But nope, everything's on the fritz, and we know why.
Hard water.
Nasty build-up, filmy gunk. It's giving the whole shebang the heebie-jeebies.
It needs a Connecticut. Their non-electric, high-efficiency water softness make water the bee's knees. Your skin, smoother than a gangster's alibi. And eggs?
Gleaming like gold in a G-Man's pocket.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE.
It's a limited time, so hop to it, say.
License number 38961.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. UMGC keeps your educational goals attainable with no-cost digital materials replacing textbooks in most courses, reduced tuition rates for eligible service members and their families, and scholarships for those who qualify. Get started here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Here's the truth. The price of gold could surge in 2025. A large bank analyst is calling it the ultimate perceived safe haven asset. With everything going on in the world today, it makes complete sense, doesn't it? Many believe we're entering an inflation cycle that could possibly ravage hardworking Americans' purchasing power. We also have wars and instability raging across the globe. Thousands of hardworking Americans are getting help safeguarding their money and savings with precious metals like gold and silver. And I want you to learn why. Call 855-838-GOLD to learn about the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. They're top-rated, impeccable customer service, and they're going to give you a free gold and silver kit where you can learn about how precious metals could help you protect your money. You could also get up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver on qualified orders. To learn more, call Goldco at 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch. All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. Findyourbeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I appreciate all y'all for riding along with me tonight as we take you up to Amber and Ian at the top of the hour. But don't forget, lots going on this week. We've got NBA coming up on the docket both tomorrow and Wednesday as Golden State plays Miami, and then the Lakers play Indiana. Then the Blitz will be broadcasting live from Circa Las Vegas on Thursday and Friday, getting you ready for Major League Baseball opening day, in which the Rangers take on the Red Sox over on KZDC. That is 1250 on the AM, 103.3 on the FM. And then right here on San Antonio Sports Star, we will have the Sweet 16. Starts at 6 o'clock, both Thursday and Friday, and that will lead into the Elite 8 on Saturday and Sunday. I appreciate everybody for rolling along with me today. Don't forget, Rob and AJ get you going starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then Jason and Joe with the Blitz get you going from 2 to 6. And then we'll have NBA basketball for you. Remember, check on your loved ones. You never know what people are going through in life. And a simple, hey, how you doing can do a lot more than you realize for somebody. Just tell them that you're thinking about them. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure. I am James Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, springtime is here and baseball season is finally underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs, you can take your pick of more or less for your shot of 1,000 times your money cash today.